All right, let's get ready for our Farming Simulator live stream. It is Wednesday, the 8th of May. Man, we are already over a week into May. That's crazy. Let me get the camera turned on. There we go. Cool. We are continuing our Farming Simulator run here, obviously doing some cakes, and there is a very, very good chance that we will be making some cakes in tonight's stream, which is pretty awesome. We've come so far to get here, and we're finally here. What is this number? 27, part 27. It took us a while. I probably could have sped it up. I think I've mentioned a couple times. I could have sped it up if I had loosened the restrictions on leased vehicles a bit. But that's okay. We did it. We did it without leasing. So now I can say that I did it without leasing or debt or anything like that. So it's pretty cool, I guess. We got 318 bucks to our name, and it is August. So what are we doing here? I probably should have watched the last stream a little bit to remind myself where I left off. Nothing in there. I think we put stuff into the let me turn the volume up a little bit. Didn't we put stuff into the production facility for the wheat? We did. So we do have some sorghum in the production facility for wheat. And we are still working on some more sorghum. Okay, cool. Let's get you rolling. Doing some more gathering of sorghums. And I believe everything else that we get picked up is for the chickens. Yes, I think it's everything else is for the chickens. Okay. It's all coming back to me. I'm starting to remember a little bit of where we left off now. Got a few eggs here. Nothing too big of a deal there. Did we already drop off all the eggs we can in the bakery? We did. So we got all the sugar, all the eggs, all the strawberries that we can need. Now we're just waiting on the milk, which is coming from our cows who are not quite old enough yet. And then we'll get some butter from that as well. And then, of course, we're going to get the flour currently being dropped off. We don't have any bread being made right now, which is fine. I just want to stockpile as much as we can and go from there. So, plus the other option is, as soon as we get some money, is to get another bakery of some sort. And that is definitely in the plans, I believe, just because it'll help speed up how much cakes we can make at any given point in time. All right, let's grab you, because I know we're about to need to pick up some stuff from that harvester. In fact, there he is right there. Right on time. Goodness. I don't know where that yawn came from. I believe if I remember correctly, we got all the equipment we're going to need for our cows. So we really are done, right? Like we've got everything we could possibly need. I mean, the only thing we could buy at this point would be just better things. I know I mentioned getting a second harvester, a second cheap harvester, just to kind of speed this process up a little bit. But other than something like that, second harvester, second bakery, I mean, there's not much that we would need to, you know, min-max our efficiency here too much more. Hey, LT Cooper 90, or Lieutenant Cooper 90 maybe. I see that you followed me 3 hours ago before I was even live streaming yet. So in case you are watching either live or the VOD, I do appreciate the follow. Wish this trailer can hold a lot. I'm going to go ahead and drop some off the chickens just to make sure they're... I think they're a little bit low, but we're going to get this dropped off while the guy's finishing harvesting up. We do have straw. We do have hay currently. I think we're trying to make some silage in October is when we're going to start making some silage. Cool. That is all that we can drop off. Real question is going to be is, can we get to $1 million before we run out of sugar? That's going to be tough, but I don't think it's impossible. sprucing the place out could be a nice like game. Yeah, we could do some stuff, but not super important. Now, I did mention that if I do start another save or another live stream, I do plan to start off with the farm kind of decked out, because I don't think getting storage sheds and some of that type of stuff is, it's not really game changing. It's just cosmetic. It's just fun. So I think I might deck out the farm a little bit in the future. Just so we have a little bit more of a fleshed out farm. Because anytime I do these start from scratch runs, I just never have the money to deck out the farm myself. Yeah, the Big Daddy windmill. I remember one time I did a multiplayer save with a buddy of mine, and I think I've mentioned this before, but we basically got to the point where we could make enough money off of the big windmills to buy a big windmill every single month. So we had like dozens upon, I don't remember how many we had. We had dozens of windmills. This was back in FS19, but basically we were making, how much did the windmills cost again? I think it's about the same as they were back then. Let's see here. It'd be under production. Generators. So these are 750. Actually, I think they were $1 million in 19 or something like that. But basically we were making that much money per month. So basically our windmill income was buying windmills. It was just fun. There's no reason to do that, but it was just funny. What are we doing on water? Did we already fill that up last time, didn't we? We did. Yeah, getting a second harvester, speed this process up, would be quite nice. Juskin. Aquatrans XL. I was just looking at something inside the greenhouse. I've never really looked inside there before. How are we doing, cows? Doing all right. A little bit of straw. I could probably drop off some more straw if we wanted to. It's probably not a bad idea to go ahead and get that done, since they are a little bit low. Actually, honestly, they could use some more hay as well if we wanted to do that. Oh, we can't do the straw with this tractor though. Let me just swap tractors over. Got to use the front forklift. All right, let's get this dropped off. Then we'll get some hay dropped off as well. Obviously, at some point, we will switch to TMR once we get the silage. But even at the moment we get the silage, we might not bother with TMR until the cows are old enough to for it to be valid. I do remember we bought, what, one 12-month-old cow just to prove to ourselves that it will produce milk, and it does. So we have 5 liters of milk right now from the one 12-month-old cow. I just wanted to make sure these 7-month-olds in 5 months will be producing milk, which they will, which is good. All right, straw is dropped off. Probably could do another one, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. I don't want to overfill it and have straw left over in this little container that I can't get rid of. Let's get some hay real quick. Yes. Really? How did that not go in there? There we go. I haven't really noticed the roof panels on the... Yeah, the roof panels on the greenhouse is a little bit... That's what I was looking at. Like they're flip-flopped and, I don't know, there's just some design stuff inside the greenhouse I've never noticed before. Alright, let's get you dropped off. And that way the cows will be taken care of for a little while. We just gotta finish the harvest and get to what would be 5 months from now. January? I guess January is when they'll start producing some milk. Which actually times out well with the silage, right? The silage will be silage in January. Apparently I don't know how to back up. Which is exactly when we want to convert it over to TMR for the cows that are producing milk. Goodness gracious, I cannot drive straight all of a sudden. Also, sometimes you don't get the trigger point unless you're like right in the right spot. There we go. Alright, as that, you are empty. How the cows? Cows look like they're okay for now. We are starting to get a little bit of slurry. I don't really have anything to do with the slurry right now, so kind of just ignore that, I guess. Even though there is this thing here, which would be cool, but not really anything we need, so. No, we're just chilling. Really just waiting for this dude to finish up. Just remembered I gotta keep my phone by my side and available because I might be getting a important phone call here in a bit. Ran into some weird terrain issues with a slurry applicator on Elmcreek. I think it was a mod issue, but went to a traditional sprayer and haven't had it since. I just went to yeah. I don't know. I don't use slurry sprayers very often, to be honest. Just yeah, there's value there. It does take a little while for it to pay for itself, though. Right? Because you got the slurry equipment can be pretty expensive sometimes. And if you get all that set up, you know, it's 100 grand, 150 grand, maybe more than that, depending on which size you get. And it's like, all right, how long is it going to take you to save that much in fertilizer? Sometimes it takes a while, so. I think we're going to try putting digest it down on our Zalanka run, on the feed my kids run. We're going to be trying some digested here soon. At least that's the plan. We'll see if it works out. Yep. Apparently I did not lower it all the way. Yeah, having the biogas thing definitely changes things a bit as well. That's true. It is nice to have that as an optional place to drop off slurry, get a little bit of money, and then obviously get the digester back out as needed. All right, about full. Let me start you back on automation and we'll get this guy brought over. Come on, you can do it. Slowly but surely. I was afraid of that. I was like, just pull up a little bit more. All right, we got it. I have not tried any 4X maps yet. Nope, I have not. Anything I still want to check the box on? I mean, I haven't done any horses yet in this version of the game. I did them in FS19, but I have not done them in FS22. I've done sheep on my own, but I haven't done sheep as part of like any sort of video, YouTube thing. So that could also be on the list. And I suppose technically I did keep saying that I'm going to try out lumbering. I don't think I'm going to like it, but I'm going to at least give it a shot at some point probably. And we'll see where it gets us. Who knows? Maybe I'll enjoy it more than I realized. I haven't even played on that map that they added with all the lumber stuff at all. I don't know if I've even loaded it up yet. But if we finish this live stream, that will, currently is the plan, is that will be the next one. Just so I can share that wonderful experience with all of you guys. Trying to decide if I want to do another Let's Play after the Zalanka run, or if I just want to take a break from Farming Simulator for a bit. I might take a break. I mean, I'd still be doing the live stream, I would expect, but I might take a break from the recorded stuff for a bit after the Zalanka one. Just, you know, just because I do play quite a bit of Farming Simulator, so. Even though Farming Simulator is my most popular content, and obviously, you know, anything I can do to help my content and stuff grow is good. But if I get burnt out, you know, that's never good. So no matter how much money, you know, you can make off something, if you're getting burnt out doing it, then it's not worth doing. That's in my opinion. I suppose you could argue it depends on how much money you're making doing it, but I don't know. As long as my children are, in real life, are fed and there's a roof over my head, I would probably trade a pretty significant amount of money for my own personal comfort and happiness. So, you know what I mean? Cool. All right, that is dropped off. And cows are fed. Chickens are fed. Fields are done. I think we're ready to fast forward. Let's go. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not burnt out yet, but if I keep doing like double saves basically, because I'm doing the live stream save and the offline save, if I keep doing that, oh, that's a lot of Farming Simulator. And and it's not so much that I don't like Farming Simulator, it's also that there's a lot of really good games out right now. And people even asked about them. You know, there's with that new game Manor Lords, and there's what was the other game? There was another game that came out recently that I don't remember the name of it, but there's been several really good games lately that I just haven't had time to play. And it's like, you know what? I'm already doing one Farming Simulator as the live stream. Let me reserve the other slot in my schedule for something else. Plus, it's summer's coming up, and so I'm going to cut back a little bit on my YouTube stuff, my YouTube pre-recorded stuff. The live stream should still continue, I think, at the same times, but I'm going to try and cut back on how many videos I'm uploading every day, just so I can have more time with the kids over the summer and stuff like that. So expect a little bit of that to happen as well. But there'll still be content pretty much every day, but it might be a little bit less content over the summer. All right, that is that. We're in September. Did we already fertilize? Looks like we did. What about the pH on these fields over here? I mean, I'm not going to look at the pH on the grass field because we know it's bugged for whatever reason, but I will look at the pH over here. Looks like we're okay. When do we got to plant barley? We just missed the planting time for... I'm sorry, no, we're planting right now. Oh, I was supposed to plant last... Was I really supposed to plant? Oh, no, I'm looking at the wrong line. I was looking at the canola line. I was panicking for a moment. I was like, how did I miss the barley planting? But I was looking at the third line down. Second line down is barley. So this is officially the first month to plant barley, which is exactly what we want to do. So let's go and get you set up on barley. Do we need to use the front bit for anything? Not right this second. We're gonna be good on the cows. So we'll just use this tractor for the barley for now. And get that started planting. And we're going to be putting barley on all 3 of our fields. So it's going to take a little while, but we'll get it rolling here. I mean, honestly, part of me is tempted to wait until next month to plant the barley so that we can also mow at the same time, because we mow in October and we also do the baling. That might be better. Just skip ahead for now and plant in October. That does mean we won't be able to harvest till July, but I don't think that's going to be a problem at all. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just make sure there's nothing else that needs to be done right this second, and let's plan on skipping ahead. We'll plant next month while we're mowing at the same time. Sorghum stuff looks good. Looks like, oh, actually it holds a lot more flour than it holds the other things, which is interesting. But we have plenty. That's actually not good. The fact that it holds more flour than the other things is actually kind of bad for us, because it means we can only, you know, if we're doing cakes, we can only do so much of the cake, right? And we're basically got a bunch of flour in here that we can't use right now because it's sitting in there. But I don't think there's any point in sending the rest of this to flour to sell, is there? There might be. Let's go ahead and switch you to from distribute to storing, and we might sell a little bit of it. It's not much, but it's something. All right, and then we already checked the cows. Cows look like they're okay. Chickens look like they're okay. Okay, so I think we're good to fast forward and plant and mow next month. Oh, I was going to look at this real quick. So we do have this tractor still. We do obviously have that thing. This thing's pretty awesome. I've used these things before, but we haven't used them. I've used them in a long time. I don't think I've used them on any of the recorded saves I've done. Obviously, I love these semi trucks like this. This is basically the semi truck that I like to use, because we can add the the trailer hitch to it, so we can pull trailers with it and haul semi stuff with it. Very, very nice one to have. I don't think we're going to need it for this save. So I think we're just going to look at it, drool over it for a minute, and then ignore it. So let's go ahead and fast forward here. I could run the Broyar with the excess flour, but then I would have to turn it off at the right time before it depleted how much. I want 7,000 liters. I mean, I can do a little bit of bread, but I want basically 7,000 liters of flour in there so that we have exactly the amount of flour that we need for everything else. So probably what I'll do is, I didn't want to do it while I was fast forwarding because it's going to it could potentially make too much. But now that we're doing harvesting, I'll go ahead and turn the bread on for a little bit and we'll start trickling that back down to get closer to that 7,000 mark. I'll turn that on for a little bit. It's fine. I just don't want to do too much and then not have enough flour for the cakes, the exact same number of cakes that we're wanting to do. All right, so we're going to be doing barley. All right, you rolling? Oh, I wish we had 125,000 bucks right now. That's a good looking little harvester there. On the flip side, this is also not the worst header here in the world to be able to attach to another small harvester if we wanted to go that route. I do want to get a second harvester. With 3 fields of barley going, second harvester would be awesome, but we are just nowhere near the money that we're going to need for that. When did we sell eggs again? November? Yes. But it's still, even with selling the eggs, it's not going to be enough. I mean, I suppose what we could do... what am I looking for? I'm looking for owned items. So that one's only worth 20 grand. I mean, it's worth a little bit more than 20 grand once we repair it up and paint it. But basically, let's call it 20 grand just to kind of keep it conservative. We still have to pay 105,000 bucks for this thing, which we're just not going to have that. That'd be the only other reason to grab this instead, just because it's half price, basically. You know, a little bit less than half price. It's still more, technically, it's still more expensive than... Because if we look at the combinations here, the header we can get is 7.6 meters for this one. Which again is still more expensive than just buying a second one of these, right? And putting another 5.1. So that, see, the total, I got to remember that. The total for 2 of these Claas tractors is 10 meters, 10.2 meters. And that tractor that we were just looking at that's used, it's not going to be able to, I mean, it technically can run a 10 meter header, but more than likely it's going to not have the horsepower to run it. And so we're probably, again, we're still just better off buying 2 smaller tractors or harvesters. Again, this Rostel mash could be another option. It's only 0.1 meters smaller than this one, if we wanted to find a way to buy that header right now. But it's $5,000 more for the tractor, for the harvester, so I don't think that's worth it. If it was the harvester sitting here, I would figure out a way to make it happen. But if it's just the header, that's not a very big money savings. So I'm probably not going to worry about that either. It's a shame, but it is what it is. Another seeder wouldn't be bad either, because obviously it's going to take us a while to seed all this. But we'll be able to do some windrowing and baling here in a moment. Start getting us some silage. We have the eggs to sell, worth about 25,000 bucks ish at the max value. And then we'll have some, what else will we have to sell? I mean, I guess we'll have a little bit of bread at some point, but not right away. No, I wouldn't need a second crane trailer. The one we have is very large. You would not, it would be able to service both harvesters just fine. We didn't even fill up the one we have now with the last harvest, so there would be plenty of space for plus we immediately, once we fill up the grain trailer, we immediately drop it off at the flour place, other than the last little bit that we give the chickens. So yeah, there'd be plenty of space in the one trailer. Plenty of space. There's a manure spreader. I mean, it's an option. Just spread the manure we're going to get. But we don't got 20,000 bucks right now. I actually don't think we have that much manure either. Does it show up in this list? Manure. We only got 8,000 liters, so it's just not that much. Do I still have the thing that tells me how much each field takes? Yeah. I don't remember how accurate this is, but I think it's relatively accurate. I mean, we need a lot of manure just to spread it over the fields that we got. Wait, do we really have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fields? Got the 3 on the original farm, one of which we're not using. We got the 2 that we combined. Technically 3 that we combined. And then we got the 2 extra fields. Yeah, okay, we do have 8 fields. I was just like, huh. Feels like we have way less, you know, all said and done. But yeah, we would need a lot of manure. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, probably 70,000 liters of manure just to make it through one round. Although I guess our grass wouldn't probably use the manure, but, and plus again, some of those fields are covered up right now, so we're not actually using them. But 50 and 51 are legit fields, aren't right? So we'd at least need 40,000 liters of manure to cover those. I guess my point, what I'm trying to get at is that I don't think our cows will produce enough manure for me to justify buying this to start using manure to spread. I just don't think there's enough justification there. There's just enough production there. I've only got 45 cows at the moment. I don't really need any more than that, because 45 cows will be enough to produce the amount of milk and butter that we need for the cake, I believe. Because I want to say in my Zelonka run, 45 cows makes, I think we're usually getting, we're filling up the milk trailer and then we're getting a little bit extra every year. So that would be what? Animals. So we're filling this bad boy up at 32,000 liters, and then we're getting a little bit extra. I want to say we're getting close to 50,000 liters per year with 45 cows. So yeah, that's going to be plenty for the butter and the milk that we need per year. Because the butter, we would need 14,000 liters of milk between the 2 bakeries we want to set up, and then the butter would be basically almost 1-to-1. So we need another 14,000 there. So yeah, we're going to have more milk than we even need for the butter. And for the bakery, I mean. Which means we can sell some, which is fine. Another way to get a little bit extra money. Get us to that $1 million quicker. Just want to make sure that guy wasn't finished over there and I wasn't paying attention. He is not. Just occurred to me that the one bad thing about having the bakery hold more than 7,000 liters of flour is that if I set up a second bakery, I don't know if it balances stuff out. I don't know that it does that or not. So it might send all of the flour to one bakery and the other one's just empty. And so I might actually have to do the bakery deliveries of flour with a trailer instead of having it distribute, which is a little bit annoying, but we can make it work. Yeah, seriously, I agree. I don't think we'll make enough manure for 3 fields. Not with 45 cows. I mean, manure and slurry combined, we probably will make enough. Or be very close to it. But that's still 2 machines that we have to buy, right? 2 pieces of equipment. So, I don't know that it's worth it. Production revamp mod gives you tools to set priorities between buildings to balance that. That's pretty good. I still haven't quite seen the justification to pay extra money for it yet. Eventually I might. I mean, I might do a full series based around it or something like that. But for right now, I wasn't going to add it for the last 1 or 2 live streams of this. You know, however long we got left on this. It just didn't feel worth it to go spend some money on the tail end of this series. Or the Zelanka run, for that matter. Production. Oh, I thought you were talking about the production, whatever it's called. The production. I forget what they called it. Yeah. Which obviously I think is out now or whatever. Again, I haven't looked at that production thing that much. We're in year number 14, October of year 14. It's taking us a while to get here, but we're working there. We've made progress. It's not a setting in the options. It's a mod. It's more info or something like that. I forget the exact name of it, but it's like something like more info mod or something of that nature. Just a mod that has the little date up there. I specifically got it so that I could see the dates, the number of years for my Zelanka run, because the story of that one is based on how many years, how old my children are, effectively. So I needed it for that. And I was like, yeah, whatever, I'll turn it on for this. Why not? either more info mod or additional info mod, something like that. I'm pretty sure if you just search info in the mod hub, it'll probably pop up. I'm going to start moving some of this equipment over to a different spot. Just because eventually I'm probably going to put that second bakery over there in that spot. Automatic drop. There we go. Actually, not 100% sure that these two fields here will be enough to supply our cows with food. I think they will. I think we checked that with the hay, didn't we? I think we did the math when we got the hay, and I think it will work out actually. I remember now. You always find the dairy cows eat more than you think. Yeah, that's true. They do eat a lot. Glad this little tractor can pull the baler here. Gives us that much more flexibility. You're guessing on the... Yeah. Good thing is that I do have the little mod that tells me how much they eat. So, I don't even remember the name of that mod, actually, but it tells me their daily food and yearly... Well, the yearly food, I think, might be... I'm not sure if the yearly food is counting as they age up. But the daily food seems to be accurate, so... And obviously once they get fully mature, then they just eat the same amount all the time at that point. Which is what, 21,000 liters or something like that? 2019? I don't remember the exact number. Actually, that might be, I might be thinking chickens actually for that one. I forget the exact amount the cows eat. We have it on our Sri Lanka save because obviously I bought mature cows on that save. I had the money for that. Didn't mess with having baby cows on that one. I just sell them at 36 months. Yeah, I used to, if I sell cows, I think well, actually, I think I figured out selling them at 30. Was it 32? I wrote it down one time that if I sold them a little bit earlier, the cycle would be more balanced. I forget the exact age. I might be 36. I thought it was earlier than that, though. Like 30 or something like that. But that was when I was doing cow rotations so that I could sell the adults at a good time to have babies that would grow into a cycle and just have a rotation of babies every year. But I think 36 is the max sell price age, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 36 is the last month before they lose value, but you have to take into account that if you wait 36 months before you buy new, like baby cows, you've lost X amount of months of baby cows aging up as well. And so, yeah, I think when I did the math on that, 36 was not the most optimal time to sell cows. Yeah, I don't remember exactly what it was, but I think it was something like 32 or something. It was more optimal because once you factored in the 4 months of baby growth into the values as well, it turned out to be a better balance, at least for me, for what I was doing. Guess I need you to pick up the silage too. I had it written down somewhere. Way back in my notebook probably though. Kind of curious now because I'm just like, wait, what was it again? Actually kind of interesting going back to my notebook from time to time, seeing, you know, the past couple years of notes about the video games that I've been playing. Yeah, and I'm not seeing it. I'm sure it's in here somewhere. It's in here somewhere. The notebook's almost full, too. I'm going to have to get a new one soon. Oh, well. Not a big deal. There's my pig one. There's the run for the pigs. All the notes I took for the pig run there. So it would have been the run before that, right? Probably. Or shortly before that. Now here's the runs. Here's the notes from when I was doing all 4 of the saves. Actually, at one point in time, I was doing 4 Farming Simulator saves at the same time, which is crazy. Yeah, I think, okay, here it is. 30 months is when I was selling cows, I believe. 10, 10, and 10, I think, is what I had done the math on. I think that's right. Something like that. Because I was trying to do rotations in thirds. I was doing a third of my cows were babies, a third of my cows were basically in that kind of almost mature age, and then a third of my cows were aging up to be able to be sold. Or something like that is how I did it. I don't remember exactly. It's been a while. I'll buy the heroes, let the cows do 2 cows before sale. Hit on the sale price is worth it when building up herd. Yeah, my notebook has a lot of of my games, right? Football Manager, Farming Simulator. I don't think there's any Civilization stuff in there because I don't usually need to take notes for Civilization. I think I saw some other what was the other game? I had some notes about one of the Marvel games that I was playing, I think. That I was trying to take notes about something. All sorts of things. Yeah, I think what you're saying is right. That if you want the second set of cows, isn't the second set of calves come at 38 months or something like that? And so you lose a little bit of value, but it helps you build up your your herd faster. So I think when you're exactly what you just said. I think when building up the herd, you go over the 36 month and yet technically lose a little bit of value, but at least get 2 calves worth. And then once you get to a stable spot, I think it might be better to sell a little bit earlier if you want to keep that rotation going. But again, everybody has their own way of doing things, so I don't think there's one right way to do it. Come on. Really? There we go. It was not triggering for some reason. I wish it was a little bit easier to do the cows and have babies and stuff like that. And what I mean by that is, I wish there was a way to say, hey, I have an empty barn over here. I want this empty barn to store my baby calves, right? And then you can just put, hay in there or whatever. You don't have to put TMR. But what you actually have to do is you have to move the adult cows over to that one before the babies are born. Which is fine. It's just, it's an extra step that I wish it wasn't necessary. Why are you not triggering? There we go. Weird. Trigger points being a little bit weird today. I just wish there was a better way, easier way to manage the cows on your farm, I guess is what I'm getting at. So am I unloading on the right? What are the chances that I can back this thing up straight? Probably slim to none. Oh, maybe. Pretty straight. That worked. I need to not underestimate myself, apparently. All right, we got one more field to do, and very little seed left to do it, so let's go grab some more seed and probably some more fuel while we're thinking about it. And we'll knock out this last field. Guess we got plenty of seed for the moment. And solid fertilizer with nothing to do with it. Yeah, I agree. There's definitely optimal paths, but there's also, like you said, not a wrong way to do it. I agree with that completely. Honestly, sometimes optimal isn't necessarily the fun way to play either, because you you get to a point where it's just kind of monotonous, you know, boring, same thing over and over and over again. Can this little guy pull the cedar? I don't remember if he can or not. Cedar is 240 and you are, I think, 180. 140. Oh, it's even worse. So yeah, we cannot use you. We'll have to wait for the white track to be done, because I do need to give the cows a little bit more hay. Technically, I can do with the tray. Actually, what I can do is I can push it in there, but I'm not going to right now. We'll just get the forklift for it in a little bit. That's what I can do while I'm waiting, is move some more of that equipment over. Both my tractors need repairs as soon as we get the money for it. You're gonna nod off. Quiet and play some V Rising. I haven't played V Rising yet. It looks pretty good, but I haven't played it yet. Yeah, go have a good night too, Kuiper. Thank you. And like I said, have fun with your game. I've seen it. I've seen V Rising. I just haven't played it myself. It does look pretty good though. Just hit the wrong button. My brain was like, shut off for a second. I'm like, what am I doing? Hitting the wrong button. Hit the gas instead of the brakes. Actually, what I need to do as soon as I can afford it is just set up the workshop over here at this farm. Just make things a little bit easier for us. You know what? Do we need to buy any of the precision farming information? Not yet. Okay. Alright, once we get past the planting season, we're very, very close to being able to make our milk. We'll start getting milk at a regular pace in January. And then a little bit more each month after that for the next couple months. Yes. Day's catching up with me. Starting to yawn. Alrighty, that is that. We're getting there, about halfway done. On the seeding. Alright, check the used lot. It's the one that has this. Nope, this is not the semi truck. It's the one that has the harvester. Yeah, I remember now. Just need the white tractor to get the cows fed, and then we are good to go. Looks like we're done with flour. Guess while I'm waiting, I'll get some more water. Let's get this dropped off and go get some more. Which farm did we have that had all these fields over here with it as well? I remember having 55 for sure. I think we had 53 and 54, but I don't remember which save that was. Was that the tribute run? It might have been the tribute run. But I thought the tribute run had the fields on the other side of the road. I honestly don't remember now. I don't remember. I mean, I guess this is my fourth save on this map, right? Because we did the original Elmcreek run. Really? Game? And then we did my cord must have hit the Windows button. Then we did the tribute run, which started over here, and I think it went across the road a little bit. Because I remember we put our cotton over here, I think, on the left side. Then we did the pig run. And then now we're doing this run. I think this is only our fourth, isn't it? I think so. I may be misremembering. Might have been a run snuck in there that I forget about. Then, of course, we did the Swiss chocolate run, the French grapes run, I guess. And, of course, the Zelonka run. It's probably my favorite. I really like the Zelonka run. I'm having fun with that one a lot. Daughter texted me that we got sugar cookies, and I'm like, save them for me. I'll get them after my stream. I'm hungry. Wait, did we already fill all these up? Yes, did not feel like we had enough to fill those up yet. Alrighty. You're almost done. Good stuff. I'm excited to start making cakes. All right, you'll use up 4,000, just a little bit over 4,000 liters of flour in a 24-hour cycle. So we can actually have you run a couple days for bread before we have to worry about the flour going below the 7,000 liter mark. If I'm doing math right, which hopefully I am. All right, we got to fertilize all of our fields next month. All right, I'll take care of the cows. Chickens are okay. Probably fill them up a little bit, but for now they're okay. Cows are going to be good once they get all that. Yeah, we're doing all right. All right, let's get to November, which would be egg selling month. So we can definitely sell some eggs, unless we're going to buy the other bakery soon, which means we would want to save some eggs. But we'll get eggs every month, so we'll be able to resupply the other bakery pretty quickly, even if we do sell all the eggs we have now. All right, get you rolling. Let's grab you, get you on the herbicide. Pretty dark in November here. I think that's the fertilizer sprayer that needs repair, not the tractor itself. All right, get that going. Cows need food again, straw again. That's fine. We got 2 more months before we start making milk with those 15, and then we'll have 1 more month after that for these, and then the last 22 will be a month after that. Supposed to be going to concert soon. I'm trying to decide if it's going to be good weather or bad weather there. It is an outdoor concert, so the weather does kind of matter. Light rain. Great. But not too cold, I don't think, so if we bundle up, have some rain jacket, little rain jackets or whatever, hopefully we'll be alright. Alright, let's get you started. Get the other fertilizer guy back over here and clean up what he missed. Can't even see the spray coming out of there. It's based on the shadows and stuff. For a second there, I was like, is it not spraying? All right, how you doing, old sir? You're doing all right. Almost done, actually, with this field. You got one more field to go. Not too bad. So I got the header, got the little baby tractor, got this thing, which we're obviously not going to need, but presumably this is a log trailer, right? For logs and stuff. And we got a nice windrower. I've never used this one. There's just no point because the other windrowers are perfectly fine and significantly cheaper. You just need to flip over to this one, all right? Saying that I thought this was the fertilizer tractor, but it is the herbicide tractor. I didn't realize the herbicide actually goes a mile an hour faster. Is that normal, or is that just based on current repairs and stuff? They're both supposed to go 7 miles an hour. So it's interesting that the little tractor can't push it to the max speed. I mean, that 1 mile an hour makes a difference. It is catching it. It's gaining ground slowly but surely. At least it's smart enough to stop when he gets close to the other tractor. We're doing a little dance together. get the rest of this fertilizer picked up, get that put out on the field. And we're already an hour and a half through the live stream. I think we'll get to cakes tonight. Like there's not much else to do after we get this fertilizing done, so pretty sure cakes are coming. Probably not a lot of cakes, but some. One field to go. Get this done. While we're getting this field done, we will work on feeding the cows, getting them straw, all that kind of stuff. Oh, and we got to sell eggs. All right, let's grab you. Let's check to make sure we did get all the weeds. We did. So I was watching a TV show today. An old TV show. I've been going through all the old USA Network TV shows like Royal Pains and White Collar and stuff like that. So I was watching Monk. I don't know if it was officially a... Did it start as a USA one? I think it started as a... NBC or whatever it was. It might have moved over to USA. I don't remember. Or maybe it never was on USA. Anyway, I've been watching Monk lately because I know they came out with a new movie recently and I just haven't watched the movie yet. So I was like, you know, let me catch back up on the series and watch the series again. So I'm about halfway through the series and I'm watching an episode and there's like this obscure mascot of a basketball game. Just some random mascot out of a girls' basketball game. And they take off their head and they walk through the locker room, talk to one of the characters in the story. And it's Jennifer Lawrence. And I was like, what? So I looked it up. It's like one of her very first like acting jobs ever was this obscure mascot job that you see her for like 10 seconds. She has one line and now she's like one of the wealthiest actresses alive, you know, like makes more money than just about any actress these days. It was like, whoa, that was a little crazy. Wait, did this not get fertilized over here? I don't think you did. Okay, well, I'll have to go grab that then. We'll grab it once the other guy finishes up. You were gonna come over. Oh, I know what I was gonna do with you. I was gonna feed the cows. I was like, what am I doing with this white tractor? Totally forgot. And obviously when I probably watched that episode when it aired back in like 2006 or whatever it was, you know, way early 2000s. I probably watched it the day that it aired or, you know, shortly after because back then, you know, Netflix and all that stuff wasn't as big of a deal. So you typically you might watch them on like a, you know, you might pre-record them, but you still watched them pretty soon after they recorded off the network, right? And so I'm sure I saw her, but obviously back then she was nobody. And so I would not have known that was her. It was just like, wait a minute. I did like a double take. I even backed it up. I'm like, What? What? And then I had to go look it up. I was like, what? It's funny to see how some of these random actors and actresses see them in some obscure thing, and you're just like, I never even knew that they were there. Because they were a nobody at that point in time. Going through the first Elmcreek playthrough now, just finishing episode 31. Well, you've got a few episodes to go, but I appreciate that you're watching them. I have mixed emotions about that first playthrough. I do think, you know, it is possible for people to learn a decent amount from that because I'm making plenty of mistakes. I make a lot of mistakes and I learn from it myself. So obviously people are using it to learn, you know, on their side of things when they're new to the game. But it bugs me how many mistakes I know I made in that save. It's hard for me to go back and watch it again because I'm just like, oh, why am I doing things that way? But it is okay. And it is my most popular series of videos on my entire channel. So I have to respect it for that, I suppose. It's a good watch. I just turn it on the third monitor to watch and listen while I'm at work. Yeah, that's actually what I do a lot with a lot of YouTubers that I watch as well. Is I'll have them on in the background while I'm working and stuff. Always nice to have, you know, those options. So I'm glad that I'm able to help as well. That's awesome. All right, so we got the straw. Yes, that was straw that we dropped off. Yes, now we gotta get some hay. Tractor also needs to be repaired soon. Alrighty, are we selling eggs? Yes. I mean, most is at the bakery, but we're just going to take them to the farmer's market. Actually, no, I'm going to grab you and have you transport the eggs. I know you're a little bit slower, but I want to go get that other guy repaired. Alright, 20,000 eggs. Considering we dropped off 7,000 at the bakery already, that's not too bad. Actually, not even sure if we have enough money to repair this thing. I don't know how much it's going to cost us. Alright, all is that is done. It's funny, ever since I got that autosave mod that autosaves without me having to open up the menu, I don't think my game has crashed since then. It's like an insurance policy that as soon as you get the insurance policy, you don't need it anymore. All right, 33,000 bucks. I'll like it. How much is the bakery? 50 grand? Okay. That's not bad. By the time we get around to getting the milk rolling, I think we'll be able to get the bakery. Although we don't really have that much to sell anymore. It really is just eggs. I'm not even sure if we're going to sell the flour because we'll have the bakery before we can drop off more flour. So actually, we might not get the bakery very soon, just because I don't think there is anything else for us to sell. I guess a little bit of bread, technically. Oh, I didn't realize we were selling bread. I totally forgot that we had that turned on. Because I had that turned on to sell the last of the bread because I wasn't planning on making any more. But that's alright. That's fine. We can keep selling it for now. It's just a little bit of bread. It's not that big of a deal. Okay. Just gotta get the other tractor back and we are good to roll. Cool. So if January is when we're going to be able to start making more milk, I assume February is when we'll get our first cakes. What month is the best to sell cakes? February. We'll be making cakes for the first time in the best month it is to sell them in. Which obviously means we're not going to be, probably not going to be selling those. That initial batch. That's okay. Yes. Go ahead and get you fueled up while we're over here. My kids made some sugar cookies for me. But apparently my youngest decided that they wanted to steal my cookies and eat them. So my oldest has since confiscated them and is holding them ransom until I can be done with my stream and come get them from her. Maybe not ransom is another word. Holding them in protective custody. Hey JS, how's it going? Did you read about how precision farming works? I use precision farming all the time. I'm not sure what you mean by read how it works. Okie dokie. Alrighty, we did the cows, right? This month? We did. Guess that's it. Let's fast forward. And again, I don't think there's anything else for us to sell, so really is just fast forward to planting time. I guess we're going to be mowing probably before that, right? We plant in June, we mow in April. So, yeah. And then we start making cow food in January. So I guess January cow food is the next big thing for us. Plowing is okay for precision farming. Whatever I did read that it says that you're not supposed to plow, but it is 100% okay to plow for precision farming. Let's see here. It is December. Nothing to do in December, right? Unless the cows need a little bit of a top off, which they do. So we'll have to top them off real quick, and then they will be good. Hopefully to make us one more month. We need about 9,000 liters, so probably have to put 2 bales of hay in there, actually. Actually, I'm probably going to put one bale in there. It'll be a little bit short. That might get a little bit low on the health, but then we'll know that the hay is completely emptied out once we start TMR, which will be good. Alrighty, that is that. Yes, we got just enough, almost enough to make us a full month. But again, we're going to be switching over to TMR next month anyway. So I think it's okay. Nothing else to do in December. All right, so we finally have some cows that are going to be making more milk, which is awesome. They are a little bit low on health right now because I wanted to make sure that the hay ran out, which is fine. They'll get the health back up as soon as we get them fed properly. And of course, if you've never done cows, the best thing about having bales for cows versus, I mean, I do like having loose stuff, right? Loose hay and silage and straw and stuff like that. But the good thing about having the bales is that the recipe is a perfect, it's almost perfect ratio of 2 hay bales, 1 straw, 1 silage, and you're pretty close to perfect on the TMR. Yeah, I do plowing all the time with precision farming, and it always gives me full credit. So the only time I've never gotten full credit is with the vegetables, the new vegetables they added in, and that's just because the planter, the thing that you use to plant with, does not count as a direct drill. But any other crop, I've never had any issues with precision farming when plowing, and there's a lot of crops that require plowing as well. So yes, technically there is information in the precision farming section of the help that says don't plow, but it is not accurate. Oh, what am I doing? I gotta add the other 2 things. I thought this thing held enough to... Didn't I already check to see if this holding enough? Or did I look at the wrong bales? I might have looked at the wrong bales. Could have sworn I checked this. 22,000. I must have looked at the wrong bales. I must have looked at the, I looked at the smaller bales, I think. Because I was comparing against these bales over here. And I think these bales are smaller, aren't they? Yes. Okay. Then I have the wrong size thing. Solution. There's not an easy solution for this. It's actually not an easy solution for this. I have nowhere to put this. And no way to get it back into the thing. I may just have to dump it on the ground. Just accept that I lost some. And then I'm gonna have to sell that thing and get a bit different one. Like I said, I looked at the wrong size bales, is all. I did the math right, just was looking at the wrong bales. So we'll dump some, we'll put this in here, and then we'll dump out whatever we need to get to there's a trigger point where it will trip over. We won't have to waste too much, hopefully. And actually, I might be able to, I'm not going to dump it at all. It's got space for some. Let's come over here. See if we can dump out some out now. I'm not sure why it's not dropping in there. It's like it's only 93% full. We'll just dump some out. It's not a big deal. Come on. Are you not? Oh, don't fall in. I hate when it falls in. I don't know if I can get it back out or not. I think the last time I had to like literally pull the whole thing sideways to get it to come out of there. It's weird too, because I know I talked about this before, but I used to be able to just drop the things in there and they would mix together just fine. But for some reason, I'm not sure if that was back in 19, I'm not sure if it's a 22 thing. For some reason, they do not just mix together anymore. Come on. Come on, get out of there. Alright, we need to drop off at least... I actually don't know, because, again, it normally would have triggered us dropping some off by now. We don't need the full bale. Right, let's try that. It just keeps dropping in there, huh? Oh, the forge cancels hay. That I did not know. Yeah, turning on the mixer doesn't do anything. I'm not sure what you meant by that. But I did not know that the forge cancels hay. That's cool. I will definitely do that real quick. That is news to me. Alright, and this thing holds how much? Yeah, turning on the mixer does not work. I knew that. For some reason, I tried that in my other save, and it definitely did not work there either. What I'm looking for animals. It holds 22,000 liters, which is enough for the entire bale now. So as soon as we can figure out how to get the bale to drop off, which for some reason being difficult, we will be able to hopefully get the mixture that we're looking for. That's cool though that the forage counts as hay. That's helpful. Come on. Oh, you know, oh! I know what the problem is. Oh, I did it. I did it again. We're like an hour away from this being silage. That's what my problem is. Not silage yet. We're an hour away. It's just weird though. You would think it would have actually dropped off as grass. And I would have just had too much grass in there, which is fine. I mean, it would have at least done it. But I'm surprised that it didn't just do that, right? I'm surprised it didn't just drop off the grass itself. Alright, so now it is officially silage. So hopefully we can, yeah, turning on the mixer still does not work. Oh, I guess it doesn't accept grass. That's true. That's true. It accepts hay. Good point. Good point. Alright, let's get you back out of there. See if we can get you turned into, Come on. Come out of there. There we go. Push you back up now. There we go. Start dropping some off. Perfect. Crisis averted. But we do need to sell this thing and get the bigger one. Because the ratio of what I have works with the bigger one. Unless I wanted to switch to smaller bales, which I could do that too. If I switched to smaller bales, it would still be 2, 1, and 1. But I don't know that there's any value in doing that. Really? Oh, the cows. Okay, let me fast forward, get rid of all that hay. Just don't want it sitting there. It'll bug me. I can't believe I forgot that the silage is an hour off of being able to be perfectly there. I did that when I sold the silage at the beginning of this save too. I got so excited about making TMR. What can I say? Alright, cool. Well, we're good for at least this month. And straw is fine. Everything else looks good. We'll get this thing sold off here in a minute. At least we have enough money to buy the bigger one now. Guess what I can do is... I don't really need it, though. Say what I could do is I can go and... oh, snow! Snow! Slippery snow! Buy a little dumper to dump the rest of that, what we spilt out, into the thing. But honestly, by the time I spent a couple $100 on the dumper, like, what's the point? The self-propelled one, I use that. I used to use that one all the time on Farming Simulator 19. It's a great one. The best thing about the self-propelled one, I call it a vacuum cleaner, because you can. I used to take all the grass, instead of putting the grass in rows on the field, and this is back before, because I wouldn't worry about baling. I would just bring all the grass into one big pile, ted it all in one big pile, and then I could vacuum up what I needed for the cows. It worked really well. What was I gonna do? Oh, yeah. Let me get you transported over here. I think the self-propelled ones are a bit out of the price range of what I'm looking for here. I mean, 200 grand versus, yeah, I mean, we're not going to get a self-propelled one. They're too expensive. I could pay 60 grand for this one. I'm not paying 200 grand for a self-propelled one. Not on this save, at least. But I love those things. They're actually one of my favorite vehicles. Because the way it vacuums everything up, it's awesome. And you don't need bales, right? You can just put everything on the ground and just suck it up directly. Like I said, so they work really, really well. Well, now that I can remind myself that the bales that you buy from the store are the smallest size. Hopefully I don't forget that in the future. Right, and then we will just grab... There wasn't anything on the used lot. I didn't even check the used lot. Hey, another truck. We'll just grab the... I think it's just this one on the end, isn't it? Yep, 28,000. We'll grab you. And we know this one works because we use it on our other farm. Little windrower, header for all the things. Another seeder. Would be nice to have a second seeder. Plus, this one does fertilizing. 6 meters versus how big is the one we got? I think the one we got is 9. 8. So it would be nice as a second seeder, just to speed things up, but not anything that we don't have the money for it right now. So maybe someday. Why do people keep telling me how much a cubic meter is? I'm not sure why. That's really weird. I said one time in one video 2.5 years ago, or whatever it's been now, that I didn't know how much a cubic meter is, and have since in many videos said, oh, I know how much a cubic meter is, and now everybody reminds me how much a cubic meter is. It doesn't make any sense. It's like they watched the one video, and then they haven't watched any of the other videos. Yes, I know how much a cubic meter is. Truth be told, I probably knew it then. I just forgotten, because I'm sure I learned that in chemistry class. Okay, well, people keep reminding me how much cubic meter is in all my videos for some strange reason, and I don't understand why. Or that a cubic meter is a 1,000 liters specifically. Obviously, a cubic meter, you know, that's an easy thing to know, but whether the fact that that represents 1,000 liters is probably less well known. Now our ratio will work perfectly. Oh, goodness. Yeah, no, the funny thing is, like, the video that I said I didn't know what it was, there's like 20 comments telling me what it is, and yet people still add comments telling me what it is. And it's just like, nobody read the comments that are sitting there telling me what it is already? It's a little bit weird. I guess people don't read comments, which is funny. Come on. Oh, come on. I'm almost there. Get it. There we go. No, it fell in. Although I think it is still getting added at the moment. Thankfully. It did not mess up. I don't know what causes it to mess up sometimes. It's really weird. And quite annoying. Alright. So, actually, I don't think the cows can hold all this anyway. But we're going to go ahead and drop off whatever we can. I just wanted to get the new thing and make sure it was all working fine. It's actually almost the perfect capacity to hold the exact, 4 bales that we want to put in there. Really? I don't know why sometimes this one doesn't trigger where it needs to. Alright, good stuff. Let's go. That's January. And we are finally making some milk. Which does mean what I can do is grab you and go grab our milk trailer and drop off some milk and get some cheese. Or just drop off some milk. Actually, I probably will do that first. No, I guess we'll do the cheese first. It doesn't really matter one way or the other. Not cheese. When I say cheese, butter. We're not making cheesecake. We're making regular cake. Oh, helps if I actually fill up the milk. Is this not the drop off for the milk? Here it is. I was going to say, like, wait a minute. I'm right here. All right, that's going. Let's get you turned into butter. And that comes out. It's almost 1-to-1, 15 to 13. So that's pretty close. So we'll get about, 900 liters or whatever it is of butter out of that. And that will go right into that. And we will make sure we are distributing that. Oh no, I used up too much flour. That's all right. We'll turn the bread off now. I can drop off 2 packages of flour, and that'll be almost perfect, actually. Actually, what I can do is probably... That doesn't matter. It'll be close enough. Okay. That is there. Good stuff. Now we can fast forward. Assuming the water is good in the strawberries. It is. We will be making cakes, like I said, in February. All right, now we got even more cows old enough to produce milk. And the last 22 will be coming up, basically last half, will be coming up next month. All right, we have all the ingredients for cake finally. And at 192 cycles per month, we'll use up 484, right? Not 400, sorry. 384 liters of butter each month. Which means we have, what, almost 3 months worth of butter already. And we'll have more coming soon. Alrighty, well, we're good to go on that. We just got to get our other bakery up and running here in a bit. Thankfully, we know exactly where we're going to put it. All right, how's the eggs doing over here? No chickens. Oh, they're full. Alrighty, that is that. First eggs. Let's go. Alright, first, let's say first eggs, first cakes. Which I am... Oh, I didn't turn them on. I didn't actually turn them on. It's not a big deal. Obviously, we're fine. But I forgot to actually hit the button on the turn on. And then sorghum. Not sorghum, it'll be barley going forward. And then we're obviously making butter from there. Strawberries are all turned on. Okay, so everything's turned on the way we want it to now. Oh, am I selling everything the way I want to? For now, I'm still selling strawberries, which I'm okay with. For now, we are storing the flour, which I'm okay with. We're storing the cakes, which I'm okay with. We're not going to be doing any more bread, so I don't care about that. And we're distributing the butter. So everything over there is set the way we want it to be. And we want to grab some more milk, turn that into butter, I believe. As soon as we can sell another batch of eggs, we will be able to get our bakery. Our other second bakery. Now, all of our cows are old enough to make milk. They are kept on slurry at the moment. Oh, you know what? Can we, I was going to say, what is this thing? This thing does herbicide at the same time as it does fertilizing? Wait, what? Why would a harvester be able to fertilize an herbicide? Do you run it before you harvest? Oh, it's got different configurations. Oh, I get it. So we got a harvester and an overloading harvester. An overloading harvester, does that just dump into a trailer? That's pretty cool. Or jump into something like that. And then, of course, the multi-row sprayer. That's pretty nifty. A cool piece of equipment. All right, I was going to do this. I'm going to come down here, go to landscaping, go to painting, go to the grass. Can we just get rid of this by painting over it? Yes. Because it's going to bother me that it's there. Now it's like it never happened. Even though we all know the truth. I think we can up 2 bales of straw in here this time. Cool. All right, that is done. T-Mar's looking good. Slurry's getting full, but I think we're just going to have to ignore that for now. And then we need to do one more thing. What were we going to do? Well, there was one more thing I was going to do. Oh yeah, milk. I was like, I know there's something else. I think there's 3 more pieces of equipment I would like to get during this run, before, you know, as we're making enough money and saving up to the $1 million. And that is another tractor, another good tractor. Get rid of that red one probably. Or we could keep the red one. I'll have to think about that. Another seeder and another harvester. If we have that combination, I think we'll be able to speed things up quite nicely. All right, we're mowing in April, right? April, May, June, July. Yes, April. We'll do same thing as we always do. Two sets of mowings of hay, followed by one of silage. Or we could do 1 silage and 2 hay after that. It doesn't matter. I don't think the order matters that much. How much hay do we have over here compared to silage? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we actually do need more hay first. So we'll do the hay first. Cool. Let's fast forward and enjoy the fact that we're gonna have our first cake. We just can't eat it too. Now I want cake. Our first cakes. We're done. We've won the game. There we go. Look at them. Look how beautiful they are. Actually, I would eat that cake. Definitely. I love strawberries. Oh, you know what? I have cake and strawberries, like angel food cake and strawberries upstairs right now. No icing. I'll just mix the strawberries up with some sugar and pour that over the angel food. But yeah. Okay, I'm definitely gonna be having some strawberry cake tonight after seeing this. Let's see. Oh yeah, mowing time. Pop the chickens off on my way by. And it is, I always forget when it's harvesting time for the barley. It is June. Okay. Oh no, it'll be July for us because we planted late. Alright, so that's all the food for the chickens. Oh, that's right. The mower's been moved. Make room for our eventual bakery. We know the cake selling time is February, so we're going to be basically sitting on a year's worth of cake before we circle back around to that. Where's the... Oh, there's the mower. But because the cake gets produced so much slower, I don't think it'll run out of space in the output of the bakery, so we can just let it sit there. Eventually we'll get the stuff filled up enough that we can also start either just selling the milk or selling the butter out of the... Actually, probably selling the butter would probably be fine. All right, what do we need more of? We need more milk, actually. Come on. I'll also turn it into cheese, but I don't think that's really going to be necessary. There's enough flour over there to fill up what we need, so I'm actually going to tell the rest of the flour just to sell for now. We're not going to get our other bakery up and running before we get another round of flour anyway. All right, that is that. So our bakery's good for a while, right? It's good for a little over a year. Well, as soon as we get a little bit more butter, but it's basically good for a year, I think. So yeah, all is good at the moment. It's nice to finally be at the cakes, though. It's not going to be worth a lot of money. And again, the only reason it's not worth money is because of the bake rate, not because of the sell rate. The sell value is actually pretty good. It's just the you just don't get that many. Wow, I'm pretty happy though. Done a lot of work to get to this point, and we are here. Very, very nice. How are the cows doing? Cows are... one more month of TMR was fine. Straw's okay. Slurry is full, but what are you going to do about that? I don't really want to... I mean, the only thing I would do with that would be to get the... where is it? One of the little BGAs that I've got. So I think I got those little tiny ones over here on the end that I added in just so we have a way to dump it. I can always add one of these on. What was on the used lots? All right, cultivator. 15 meters wide. Interesting tractor. And a disc harrow, which we do not need. All right, I think we're good to fast forward as soon as the mowing is done. So much sugar. I've already got $3,000 worth of cake just sitting over there now. It's saying max month is October. I'll check again in October then, I guess. I like our little farm. It's coming together quite nicely. All right, mowing is done. Let's fast forward, and May will be fertilizing for the grass, but I think that's the only thing we got going on in May. Let's go. Should be able to start the barley harvest before the end of the stream, which will be nice, I suppose. Guess we'll do the second bakery before we do anything else. I think. Because we got plenty of stuff to supply. Well, I guess we don't have plenty of stuff at the moment, since a lot of it is in the other bakery, right? But I think we will obviously produce enough to supply a second bakery. Alright, do we need straw? No, we're good. We just need some TMR. Nice little tractor. 175 horsepower. It's not, well, it's not that big. We probably want something more like the white one, actually. That can go up to about 270. So yeah, that's probably what we're looking for, really. Hey, Steven, how's it going? Did we change mixers this evening, or am I missing? We did change mixers. The other mixer that I had, I did the math based off of the bales that are in the store, and I did not realize that these are the smallest bales. So these are the tiny, tiny bales. So I did the math on these, but I'm making medium-sized bales. So I had to change up the mixer just so I could, or I could have swapped back down to smaller bales, but I've already got a bunch of the mediums ones, so seemed like it was easy enough just to swap mixers around. But in the future, I guess, if I'm going to do this again, I could always just do the smallest bales and that'll work with that other mixer just fine. And I think the ratio still comes out perfectly fine. Not a huge difference in price, so not a big deal. All right, that looks good. 7.3 meter wide mower versus the 4.4 meter one we got now. Does that one have a gap in the middle though? I can't tell. Because obviously if there's a gap in the middle, that's not useful to us. I genuinely can't tell if that one has a gap in the middle or not. Because I think that's a standalone mower. Like, I don't think there's a back, like a rear companion for this one, which is why I'm wondering if this is if it goes all the way across just fine. I can't tell. It's tempting to use it, but I guess we don't really need it. Our grass field's not that big. All right, do I need to drop off any milk? Cakes are fine on milk. Cakes are fine on butter. We could put more milk in here just to make some butter. And then, yeah, we might as well. Yeah, bigger equipment, yeah. It was not necessarily planned. I thought we were good with the smaller equipment, but again, my math was just, well, math was right. My assumption of which bales we were using was the wrong part. Oh. Kind of helps if I start filling the milk before I leave. All right, as soon as the cake gets full, or the baker gets full of butter, we'll just sell whatever butter we have left over to get a little bit of extra money. It's a standalone mower. Okay, good. I thought it was, but wasn't sure. I mean, it's tempting because we can't afford it and, you know, it'd speed things up slightly. But honestly, the mowing is not our weakest link right now. Mowing goes pretty quick. So I don't know that there's value in grabbing that one over what we've already got. If we had a really big grass field, I would definitely grab it because it's almost double the size, right? But our grass field is not, it's really not that big. What we really need is the either the second harvester or the second seeder, more than the mower, I guess is what I'm getting at. All right, but it's good to know. I will try this out at some point. I think this would be a cool one to try out. No, we have some capes going, Steven. Let me turn around, drive this guy over there, and I will show you on the way by. We've already got a few cakes. Actually, what I probably will buy, what I really want to buy soon is the repair shop here at our farm, because I don't want to have to drive over to the store to repair that. Yep, cakes, yummy, yummy, yummy cakes. All right, that is that. Yep, we're in the end game now, guys. We farmed all the best gear we could get. Well, okay, I mean, not the best gear we get. We've got all the gear that we need to kill this final cake boss. And now it's just a matter of executing. I think the sprayer is the thing that has the most damage to it, actually. Yeah, it is. But the tractor itself is fine. So we'll repair the sprayer at some point. Okay. May, June. June is nothing month. July is mowing month. And July is also... You know what? Actually, doing the barley in October to plant lines up with mowing. And then it also means that the harvest lines up with mowing in July. So actually, doing the barley in that late, one month late is actually probably the better option for us. Actually, are the chickens going to have enough food to make it to barley harvesting time? I hadn't thought about that part, actually. There's another... Well, I was going to say it was a mower. It's not a mower. It's a header. Which effectively... Doesn't that effectively mow? Or does that just turn it into forage? I guess it turns it into forage. I've never used this one. I always use the... I always use these. That look all... like harvesters, basically. These are the headers I always use for forage harvesters. I've never actually tried one of these things. So I actually don't know what it does differently, to be perfectly honest. I have no idea. I've never tried it. What was I going to do? We can drool over the confusing little baler here. And the manure spreader. And a wonderful harvester that we're not going to get. Okay. One more month on everything, right? So just a matter of whether or not the cows need some stuff. Cows have enough food to make it one more month. And straw's good. I don't think we need to do anything right now. We do have butter in here, so we can actually start. I'm just going to sell it from here. It's not. It's a secondary. What we really want to sell is the cake. So I'm just, all these secondary bits, I don't mind selling for a little bit less just to get something for them. But what we really care about is the cake. So, all right, let's fast forward to July then. And wish that I had enough money to get a second harvester right now. I'm assuming that selling the handful of cakes that we have, as well as the eggs we have, would not be enough to get a second harvester. 28. Oh, okay, wait, we have 20,000 at. So that's $24,000 worth of eggs, and $12,000 worth of cake, basically. So that's 36,000 bucks. 36,000 bucks plus. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to sell the oats that we've had sitting there this whole time. I totally forgot about those from last episode. When do those sell the best? 36,000 bucks, but they sell the best in January or looks like December or January. Okay. 36,000 bucks though. That'll get us at 67,000 bucks. And our other harvester would be 70. Oh, wrong thing. There we go. Harvesters. The one we wanted was 70. Yeah. We would have enough to get this one if we really wanted it, which would give us an extra 4 meters of width. Guess we'll be patient. One more year of a single harvester is not going to kill us, I suppose. Let's make sure the straw swath is turned on. It is. We're gonna have a lot of straw. We're probably not gonna need to do the straw swaths every year because I think we're gonna have more straw than we need. This 1 year's worth of straw will last us a long time. At least one we won't tell. I've come this far. I might as well just stay the course and be happy when we do get it. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. It's very tempting to just lease one. We've made it this far. Actually got a lot of stuff to do this month. We got to mow. We got to Ted so that we can get the hay picked up. And we also got to pick up and bale the straw after we harvest that. This is actually going to be a really long month. A lot going on. Speaking of baling, we can go ahead and start baling some straw now. Yeah, well, I just remember this thing's almost full of grass. Actually, I might go pick up a little bit of grass over there just to finish off this last bale here and then go do the straw. I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. Because grass/silage is more important to us than all that straw that we're going to get. So we'll just pick up a little bit of it here. Shouldn't need much. Oh, come on. Need a little bit more. There we go. Just remind me not to try and use this bale off to the side for anything for another 3 months. I would not be so strong. Well, no. It is what it is. Alright. Once you get done with your doing, we will have you start doing the other direction over here. Just gotta make sure we save 20,000 liters of stuff for the chickens. Cool. I am wondering if I mean, you guys, I mean, Steven, I know you're here. I don't know who else is here. You guys can tell me what you think. Should I, is it cheating? Maybe is the better way to put it. From the context of the save, to put in, or to buy this, tiny little mini biogas that we have on our other save, just so we can dump off some manure and slurry and get something for it. Does that ruin the context of what we're trying to do with this save? You guys can let me know. I'm not going to do it tonight. Obviously, we don't have the 55,000 bucks right now. But if people agree that it's not a big deal, it's an okay way to play the game, then I might buy it next time. I did it in the Zelanka save because I could justify it through the story, right? One of the things my kids eat as much as anything is electricity, and I think that it actually fit the story there. I don't know if it fits the story of making cakes to produce electricity. I mean, I personally don't mind just letting the manure and slurry sit there and rot and just not do anything, just exist. So it doesn't really bother me either way. We'll get where we're wanting to go, no matter which path we choose. It has been a long, hard road. It has been a long, hard road. All it will do is it'll speed up the ending of this series, I suppose. All right. So that mowing's almost done. You're looking pretty good. I'll hook you here. We'll grab the trailer real quick. Actually, you know what? I was going to go just leave this here and go grab some TMR, but let me just go ahead and empty out that guy real quick while we're sitting here with it. Say go for it. You got cakes. That was original. Go make some money and maybe build the farm out a little. Hello. Mention my name. I mentioned your name earlier, JS. I don't know if you maybe just didn't hear me. I said hello to you earlier. You know, now that we're getting flour right this second, we got the sugar, we got the eggs, we got the butter, we got the milk, we got the strawberry. We can actually completely supply the second bakery right now. Flour was the only thing that we were waiting on that has to wait, you know, once per year. So on that note, all right, I know it's time to end the stream, but let me get this TMR mixed up real quick. Did I already put straw in there? Let's get this TMR mixed up real quick, and then I'm probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell the eggs, enough of the eggs and the oats, see if we can just go ahead and buy that second bakery, just to kind of get it running. Sooner we get the second bakery processing, I mean, that's basically doubling our money, right? Like, that's a lot more money we're going to be getting as soon as I can get that rolling. So it might be worth taking a little bit of a hit of selling a few things not at the optimal price right now in order to get the second bakery running as quickly as possible. Come on. There we go. I just need to do some math real quick to see if we'll have the 50,000 bucks that we need. Okay, so if we go here, oats, if we sell them at the current price, we will get 6,000 bucks for that. Okay. That'll put us at 37. And then the eggs, yeah, we can sell the eggs for like 24,000 bucks. We already said that. So between the two of those, we'll definitely have enough. Okay, well, let's do that then. Let's get the second bakery I set up before I end the save here, just so I don't forget about it. Even if yeah, I think it's worth it. All right, we're at the train. We'll come back to you in a second. Let's grab you. Go grab the eggs that we've got. We'll just grab the ones that are sitting over there by the trailer. The ones that are on the chicken coop, I think we can leave those for the new bakery. I do need to change the butter to distributing again. Okay. Yes. Get these eggs sold off, we'll buy the bakery, and that'll be the end of the stream. I think that'll be a good way to end it. That way we know that we're ready to get it set up with all the supplies, and that'll be, I think that's a good first purchase, is the bakery. What are we selling this at? And we just go to the fast food restaurants. Good enough price. I'm from Indonesia. Sorry for the new subs. I'm very relaxed taking the time to watch games on this channel because I'm also a football manager touch player. Oh, glad you could join us, JS. I don't know. Yeah, you don't have to apologize for new subs or anything. I appreciate you joining. You might be the first person well, I'm sure I might have had somebody watch from Indonesia before, but you're the first one that I've known of. First one that's mentioned it, so that's pretty cool. And I guess that makes me very much worldwide at this point. That's pretty awesome. I mean, the eggs by themselves will give us enough money for the bakery, but that's true. I guess I could save the oats, but I already rented the train. So there's, yeah, it's just, I've already rented the train. I've already gone to the trouble. If I don't do it now, I'm going to forget about it again. And then it's not worth anything to me. Cool. A little bit of money is nice to have. All right. You are doing good. You are okay. Just bring you back home and then we'll get our bakery. Like I said, I think our second bakery is going to make a pretty significant difference. I'm going to go ahead and pick up some sugar and drop it off as well. Still need to ted all this grass and turn it into hay. Bakery. Let's be down here. Wrong side. I think it's pretty lined up. I can scooch it down a little bit though if I want to, I guess. Cool. 2 bakeries. Alright, just so we know where they're at on the sell points. Not that we ever sell to the bakery. Let's grab you, grab a little bit of sugar, drop that off, and that's probably what we're going to call the episode. We'll have to get some milk over here, we'll have to get some butter getting set up, but we got time for that. So you turn around. Didn't quite hit the sell point quite right. Or the drop off point, I should say. Alright, second bakery is officially started. Cake and cake. And we just got to get it supplied with everything else. And I guess before I forget, we'll just make sure the strawberries are set to distributing. I think we can get by with, honestly, I think we can buy with 1 distributing for right now. And get you filled up. We'll drop off some flour later. Obviously, we'll get the milk and eggs and everything else. Yeah. 2 bakeries. I'm happy with that. That's going to drastically speed up our ability to make some money. But cool. All right. We'll go ahead and put a cut in there. That's, you know, only a couple minutes over. Not too bad. But we will, next episode, we're going to be just rinse and repeat as we start to build up some money. Obviously, we're going to buy a few more pieces of equipment just to speed things up a little bit. I think a little bit of investment in some equipment. You know, if we spend the first couple $100,000, 150, 200,000 bucks getting a second seeder, maybe a better tractor and a second harvester, I think that'll speed up the, you know, the remaining $800,000 in a much bigger way. So we will see. But yeah, I do appreciate you guys watching. I do appreciate everybody came out either watching the live VOD or watching the live stream or watching the VOD. And my next live stream will be Saturday. We're playing Civilization 6. I forget who we're playing as. The guys in the ocean. I forget what they're called all of a sudden. And then we'll be playing Football Manager on Monday. My next live stream for this will be next Wednesday. But I do appreciate you guys watching, coming out and watching. May God bless you, and I hope you join me again next time.